Nature of creative thinking. In the previous video, we have seen what is creative thinking. It is a type of thinking that involves generating new and innovative ideas or solutions to problems. It can be a powerful tool for innovation and problem solving in wide range of fields and contexts. Let us understand the nature of creative thinking. Before going to the details, please remember to subscribe this channel. Do watch other videos in this channel and share it with students and those who love learning psychology. Thank you. Nature of creative thinking. First one, associative thinking. Creative thinkers are often able to make connections between unrelated ideas or concepts, which can lead to new insights and ideas. For example, consider you are trying to plan a fun weekend with your friends. You start by brainstorming some key activities you all enjoy. You might think about the idea of adventure. From there, you might begin to associate hiking or might think about the idea of culture and make a connection to the idea of trying new foods. From there, you might begin to associate trying new food with exploring new ethnic neighborhood or attending a food festival. So, with one idea, you get move on with associating more and more ideas and will reach to a new insight. So that is associative thinking. Next is flexible thinking. Creative thinkers are able to consider multiple perspectives and to be open to new and different ways of thinking about a problem or situation. An important trait of creative thinking is flexibility. The creative person is always prepared to adopt new attitude, ideas or behavior. For example, You have, you are planning a family vacation to a new city. You have a list of attractions and activities that you want to do. But when you arrive, you find out that some of them are closed for maintenance or renovation. You could approach this situation with inflexible thinking by becoming upset and insisting that your vacation is ruined because you can't do the things you had planned. With flexible thinking, you are able to consider multiple perspectives and come up with alternative plans. You might decide to visit different attractions that are still open or explore a different part of the city that you hadn't planned. You could also ask locals or the hotel staff for recommendations for other things to do in that area. By being flexible, you are able to adapt and still have a great time despite the unexpected changes. Third one is originality. Creative thinkers often come up with the ideas or solutions that are novel and unexpected, pushing the boundaries of what is currently known or accepted. For example, consider you are a teacher and you are planning a lesson for your class on a topic that you have taught many times before. You could approach these situations with the routine thinking by using the same lesson plan and same lesson materials that you have used in the past. But with the originality thinking, you are able to generate new ideas and innovative things for the lesson. You might decide to incorporate new technologies or new teaching methods that you haven't tried before, or you can use current event and references to make the lesson more engaging and relevant to your students. The third nature of creative thinking is risk taking. Creative thinking often involves taking risk, whether it is trying a new approach to a problem solving or pursuing an unconventional idea. For example, consider you have been working in the same job for several years, but you feel unfulfilled and want to pursue a new career path. You could approach this situation with risk-averse thinking by staying in your current job even if it means being unhappy or unfulfilled. But with the risk-taking thinking, you are willing to take a chance and pursue a new career path. You might decide to quit your job and go back to learn new skills, or you may decide to start your own business in a completely different industry. By taking these risks, you are opening yourself up to new opportunities and the potential for greater personal and professional satisfaction. Next is persistence. The creative thinking requires persistence and the ability to keep working at a problem or challenge even when faced with obstacles or setbacks. For example, you have a fitness goal to run a marathon, but you currently struggle to run more than a kilometer. You are feeling breathless. You could approach this situation with negative thinking by giving up on the goal and deciding that it is too difficult or unrealistic. But with persistence, you are willing to put in the effort and work towards achieving your goal. You might start by running short distance and gradually building up your endurance over time. You might also seek guidance from a trainer or coach to help you develop a training plan and stay motivated. Next is dynamic thinking. A creative person not only thinks creatively but will be having a dynamic thinking. He has more capacity of adjustment. But this tuning is sought through new combinations. For example, consider you are planning a family reunion and want to make sure that everyone has a good time. You could approach this situation with static thinking by planning the same activities that you have done in the past reunions. But with dynamic thinking, you are willing to be flexible and adapt to the changing needs and interests of your family members. You might decide to survey everyone beforehand to see what activities they are interested in. Or you might brainstorm new and innovative ideas for activities that everyone can participate in. You are also willing to adjust your plans as needed during the reunion based on how people are feeling and what they want to do. Next is curiosity. It is a nature of creative thinking. The creative person should have sufficient curiosity. It is due to curiosity that a person is anxious to know new things in any field. It is due to curiosity, again, that he seeks to utilize new methods. For example, consider you are walking through a park and notice an unusual plant that you have never seen before. You could approach this situation with disinterest or indifference and simply continue walking past the plant. But with curiosity, you are motivated to learn more about the plant and its characteristics. You might take a closer look at the plant, inspect its leaves and flowers, and even take a picture of it with your phone. You might also do some research later on to identify the plant and learn more about its origin and uses. Convergent thinking. It refers to the ability to come up with a single correct solution to a problem, typically by analyzing available information and using logical reasoning. This process is more analytical and realistic. It uses logic to narrow down ideas. This type of thinking is often used in academic settings and in the field such as math and science. Some of the examples are solving a math problem by using formulas and applying logical reasoning to arrive at a single correct answer. Finding a best solution to a multiple choice question on a test by analyzing the available options and eliminating incorrect answers. Then deciding on the most efficient route to take when driving based on available maps and traffic conditions. Let us consider another example. If you are planning a vacation and trying to decide where to go, You could approach this situation with convergent thinking by focusing on a single destination and analyzing its merits and demerits. For example, you might research several different cities and analyze each one in terms of cost, transportation option, tourist attraction, and other factors until you arrive at a single destination. Divergent thinking. It refers to the ability to generate multiple ideas or solutions to a problem. When you think about brainstorming, you are thinking about divergent thinking. This type of thinking requires you to expand your mind and find innovative solutions. The possibilities are endless. It allows you to see products in materials in new and different ways. This type of thinking is often associated with creativity and is used in fields such as art, music, and design. Some of the examples are brainstorming ideas for a new advertising campaign by encouraging a group to generate as many ideas as possible. Then creating a work of art by experimenting with different materials, using different techniques and styles to arrive at a unique and expressive final product. Then developing a new recipe by combining unexpected ingredients and experimenting with different flavor combinations. Now let us consider the same example of planning a vacation and trying to decide where to go. You could approach this situation with divergent thinking also by brainstorming a wide range of possible vacation destinations without immediately narrowing them down. You might think about traveling to a beach resort, a national park, or a foreign country, among other possibilities. This could involve talking to friends, family, then researching travel blogs or magazines, or simply letting your imagination run wild. Both the convergent and the divergent thinking, it require two different parts of the brain. The convergent thinking relies more on logic. The divergent thinking relies more on creativity. Switching back and forth between the two may not seem like multitasking, but it is a form of multitasking, and multitasking is not as effective as you may think. Now let's see the traits of creative people. The creative people tend to possess variety traits that contribute to their innovative thinking. Some of the key traits include energy. Creative people tend to possess a great deal of both physical and mental energy. They also tend to spend a great deal of time quietly thinking and reflecting. Then intelligence. Psychologists have long believed that intelligence plays a role in creativity. In the famous longitudinal study of gifted children, researchers found that while high IQ was necessary for great creativity, not all people with high IQ are creative. The creative people must be smart, but they must be capable of looking at things in fresh and new ways. Then discipline. Creative people do not just sit around waiting for inspiration to strike. They are playful, yet they are also disciplined in the pursuit of their work and passions. Now let's have a quick recap on what we have learned. We have learned various nature of creative thinking and the traits of creative people. We also learned two different thinking styles, the convergent and the divergent. We will learn the process of creative thinking in the upcoming video. Hope you liked this video. Please share and subscribe. Thank you and keep smiling.